This fight looked like it was DOA, dead on arrival, just a few days ago with Devin Haney going up to 140-7 to take on Brian Norman Jr. in a title fight at 147. It looked like all hope was lost for that fight after Bill Haney went at Brian Norman Sr. Some personal attacks, and it looked like, hey, this fight wasn't happening. But this morning, Turki Al-Sheikh tweeting out that the two will be meeting in November for a title fight at 147, and what I believe is actually the best fight in the welterweight division. For Brian Norman Jr., he just came off of potential knockout of the year just a few weeks ago in Japan, and he's riding high. He is the talk of the town right now in that 147-pound division, even with the legend in Manny Pacquiao coming back to fight Mario Barrios on July 19th. The talk is, what's next for Brian Norman Jr.? Because it looks like the welterweight division runs right through him. The talk was, okay, what's next for him? Is he going to try and unify with the winner of Barrios Pacquiao? What is going on? And then Devin Haney and Bill Haney, they started doing what they do, talking up a fight because they need a fight. Remember, they were getting ready to take on Ryan Garcia in a rematch if everything goes right May 2nd. Disaster happens with Ryan losing to Rolly. They lose out on that payday. Then Teofimo Lopez. That seems like a great fight at 140, 147, whatever weight they wanted to do. Teofimo Lopez says, nope, I'm good. So now Devin Haney's left thinking, who am I going to fight? I want these big money fights. I want these big name guys. Who's left? And Brian Norman Jr. kicks down the door with that knockout and gets the huge win. And Devin Haney and Bill Haney go, oh, okay, maybe this is legit, because they were thinking about maybe Richardson Hitchens also, who just had a win last month. But Hitchens is staying at 40. Hitchens is going to keep his belt at 40. He's not going up to 47 just yet. So who was at 47 for Devin and Bill? And here you go, Brian Norman Jr. Devin tweeted something right after Norman got the knockout. Hey, this is a great fight. And you got to give props to Devin Haney. Even if you don't like him, even if you're not a fan of Devin or his dad Bill at all, you got to tip the cap a little bit, because they're going after tough guys. Think about the four people, including Brian Norman Jr., they were going after. I just mentioned Ryan Garcia, the rematch, Teofimo Lopez, Richardson Hitchens, and now Brian Norman Jr. They're looking for the big fights. You got to give them props there. As now we turn our attention to November, this is a great fight. This is exactly what we want to see. And for Devin Haney, this is kind of do or die, sink or swim right now. Because if you lose to Brian Norman Jr., you're now at welterweight. The other guys are coming up fast. You don't have a belt if you lose to Brian Norman Jr. What is next for your career? You didn't look good in the Jose Ramirez fight. Obviously the Ryan Garcia fight was right before that. You lose to Brian Norman Jr., what's next for the career? But if you beat Brian Norman Jr., you now have a belt at your third weight division after going undefeated at 35, beating Prograis for 40 belt, and then now winning a belt at 47 against right now the top guy at 47. You then turn into the shot caller. No doubt about it. You are the shot caller at welterweight as all the guys are moving up. Your career has been going like this since the Ryan Garcia fight. Goes through the roof. The stock of Devin Haney goes through the roof if he beats Brian Norman Jr. Man, it's going to be a great fight because Norman has the power. And that's the thing. We never saw Devin's chin really checked against Jose Ramirez in that fight. And it wasn't a fight of 147, so this will be Devin's official first fight at 47. It was a catch weight, I believe, either 44 or 45 for that Ramirez fight. So we got to see. I mean, Norman has welterweight power, right? Devin never been the guy known for power, always defense and jab. His defense, we still got to see. Even after the Jose Ramirez fight, we didn't see too much. We saw a lot of moving in that fight, not a lot of standing in front and defense. For Norman Jr., this is also his biggest fight at 47. After losing and missing out on Boots Ennis, who goes up to 54, this is Norman Jr.'s biggest opportunity and on the biggest scale to take on Devin Haney for this challenge and for Brian Norman's belt at 47. Hey, if Norman gets this win, and even in a knockout fashion, his career is catapulting. He's already right now rising quickly through the ranks. He's the talk of the boxing community. Now gets that fight against Devin Haney, which is going to have so many eyeballs on it. This can be officially the Brian Norman Jr. superstar coming out party. He already had a coming out party in Japan. Now he's got a superstar coming out party. Let's see if he is able to deliver the present and the knockout against Devin Haney. Whoo! I can't wait for this fight. This is a great fight at 147. I'm happy it happened. It looked like it might happen, then it wasn't going to happen. And now, obviously, if Turki Al-Sheikh offers that bag to a lot of fighters, they'll settle their differences. There's no doubt about that. That looks like what happened. As I don't care what happened, I'm excited to see these two in the ring in November. Comment below. Let me know who you have in this fight, Devin Haney or Brian Norman Jr. Let me know in the comments below. Hey, this is the Never Drop Podcast. I'm excited. Norman Jr. versus Haney for a belt at 47. Let me know who you have in that fight. It's been the Never Drop Podcast. That's all I got for you today. Peace. I'm out.